Summary of Chapter 10, The Quit India Movement, a Blunder, Jinnah used to his advantage. 1. Unrest during World War II. Hitler's forces were advancing in Europe and the Japanese in the East. Gandhi, supported by some Congress leaders, threatened direct action to demand Britain's power transfer to Indians. Subhas Chandra Bose's push for armed rebellion against the British complicated the political landscape. 2. Communist Party of India, CPI, abandons Congress. After Hitler invaded the Soviet Union on the 22nd of June 1941, Indian communists began to depict the war as a people's war against Nazism and fascism. Government removed the ban on CPI and many communists took up jobs, including at senior levels. The Communist Party, initially a critic of communalism, began to align with Muslim League, deviating from orthodox communism by recognizing religious communities as nationalities. Jinnah, wary of communist infiltration and a staunch advocate for private property, sternly warned the communists, "Hands off, I say communist hands off. We don't want any isms, socialism, communism, or national socialism." 3. Jinnah's access to the whole of India for Pakistan campaign. Jinnah described the Quit India movement as being not only an open rebellion against the British to force their hands, but a sinister move to ignore League's demands. The Congress leaders and cadres were all in jail, and Muslim League had access to the whole of India for their Pakistan campaign. At a major press conference in Delhi on the 13th of September 1941, Jinnah regretted that Prime Minister Churchill was reluctant to alienate the Congress instead of valuing the hand of cooperation offered by the Muslim League. "The Musalmans have 500 times more guns. I do not want to cast any reflection on the Hindus. It is temperament and the way in which Musalmans are brought up." Jinnah asserted that Muslim countries such as Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, and Egypt strongly supported the Pakistan demand. However, in reality, the Arabs saw close similarities between the idea of a Jewish state on Arab soil and a Pakistan enjoying British support carved out of India. 4. Jinnah in Punjab. Regarding the Sikhs, Jinnah advised them that Muslim League had no designs on them. He said that only Hindus and Muslims were proper nations with their distinct homelands. All other communities were merely subgroups. At the inaugural session of the Punjab Provincial Muslim League, Jinnah said the Muslims might need the sword to prevent any aggression against their community. He also urged that the ban on the Kaksars should be removed and advised them to join the Muslim League. When Jinnah was asked if he could agree to joining the provisional government without an agreement being reached on the establishment of Pakistan after the war, he remarked, "My answer is that if I accept the Congress demand, I shall be signing my death warrant." Sir Keezer. Hayat Khan Tiwana emerged as the leader resisting efforts to merge with the Muslim League. Jinnah, using ambiguity of Sikandar-Jinnah Pact, asserted the dissolution of the Unionist Party and Muslim League's control, issuing a direct threat to Tiwana's leadership, leading to his expulsion from the Muslim League and subsequent defections from his party to the Muslim League. 5. Jinnah in Sindh, Balochistan, and Bengal. Jinnah remarked on the 3rd of July 1943 at the Muslim League conference in Quetta, "Muslim League has no desire, nor it is the policy of the Muslim League that we should do anything to harm the Sardars, Nawabs, and chiefs." Jinnah managed to consolidate power in Bengal, isolating A.K. Fazlul Haq, who had divergent political paths and affiliations, and fully bringing the Bengal Muslim League under his control by 1943. In Sindh, Jinnah played the role of an arbiter amidst local disputes, leading to the isolation of Allah Bakhsh Sumro, a strong opponent of partition and supporter of the Quit India movement. Jinnah consolidated the Muslim League's influence in the region with the appointment of Sir Ghulam Hussain Hidayatullah as the chief minister. 6. Bengal famine. The Bengal famine occurred before Lord Wavell's term, under a Muslim League government led by Nazimuddin. It was due to Churchill's rice distribution policy, not crop failure. Despite Wavell's efforts to alleviate the situation and dismiss the incompetent Nazimuddin government, he received no support from the establishment and was overruled by London. Jinnah's proclaimed view was that provincial government may have made mistakes in handling the situation, but it was the British government which controlled the supply of food, and therefore it bore the main blame. 7. Vital principles of Pakistan. British journalist Beverly Nichols famously described Jinnah as the most important man in Asia. Nichols asked to define the vital principles of Pakistan. Jinnah stated in 5 words, "The Muslims are a nation. If you grant that, and if you are an honest man, you must grant the principle of Pakistan." Churchill wrote a letter to his wife, recommended to her to read Beverly Nichols's verdict on India. Churchill wrote, "I agree with the book and also with its conclusion, Pakistan." In the presidential address in Karachi, Jinnah advocated for division of India and referred to Quran as the sheet anchor of Muslim India. Dawn newspaper of 10th of March 1944 reported Muslim separatism by Jinnah's address to Aligarh Muslim University. Pakistan, the Quaid-i-Azam remarked, was not the product of the conduct or misconduct of Hindus. It had always been there, only they, Muslims, were not conscious of it. Tracing the history of the beginning of Islam in India, Jinnah proved that Pakistan started the moment the first non-Muslim was converted to Islam in India, long before Muslims established their rule. While the main thrust of Jinnah's strategy was to instill fear in Muslims that, in a united India, Islam would be annihilated. Here, he was reiterating another reason for demanding Pakistan. It was not the Hindus' bad conduct towards the Muslims, but the creation of a separate state was an article of faith for Muslims. 8. Gandhiji Communications. During the Quit India movement, Gandhi used good offices of C. Rajagopalachari, Rajaji, to contact Jinnah to reach a settlement with him on the future of India. The CR formula proposed by Rajaji in 1944 included the Muslim League endorsing Congress's demand for independence, cooperation in forming a provisional government, a plebiscite in Muslim-majority areas for deciding on a separate sovereign state, and the condition that these terms would only be operative after Britain transferred full powers to India. Jinnah rejected the formula, particularly objecting to non-Muslims voting in the plebiscite and the idea of joint defense and commerce, calling it a shadow and a husk of Pakistan. Jinnah's insistence that only Muslims could vote in the plebiscite on Pakistan and claim the whole of Bengal and the Punjab in Pakistan were neither logical nor morally justified. According to Jinnah's private secretary, K.H. Khurshid, Gandhi had sensed that Jinnah's enthusiasm for Islam was political, rather than a change of heart towards piety. Jinnah was still having his drink regularly. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media and support at Patreon. Thank you.